Hey all, it's Niggerish Chicken of Crazy Poultry Inc. This is my best movies of 2017. There are a lot of good ones, but then again, later on, there are a lot of bad ones. But I'm going to go right into it and go into the ones I didn't get to see in 2017, and there was 13, which were probably actually more, but I said 13. Number one for me, and it just came out, and I told Ian about it, of course, and I knew it wouldn't be coming here just because we don't get that lucky. The Shape of Water. It's been most top 10 lists I've seen online, and I'd really like to see Guillermo del Toro's work. Molly's Game, obviously. I don't know. I assume it's going to be coming to Indiana, but right now I think it's only in certain theaters. Lady Bird, I've seen 100% on about everything. Wind River, I've heard really good things about. I'd really like to see that. Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Didn't get to see that either, unfortunately. Wonder. I might be seeing that tonight with Russell, so obviously that didn't count into these videos, but hopefully I'll be able to see that. The Florida Project, I've heard good things about. Ingrid Goes West, I, Tonya, I heard it was really good. Call Me By Your Name, Stronger, Phantom Thread, and actually Darkest Hour I really want to see. So those are the movies I didn't get to see, unfortunately, but now I'm going to go into my honorable mentions of great movies of 2017. Number one for me was Logan Lucky. Really enjoyed that. Number 2 was John Wick 2. Number 3 was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 4 was Annabelle Creation. That's a great year for horror for me, and us being really huge horror fans, that's a great thing. Number 5 was A Cure for Wellness. Blew me away. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, and it's got mixed reviews, but whatever. I was on the good side of it. Number 6 was, I believe, one of Ian's top 10. Mother. I was on the more good side than bad, but I didn't think it was an excellent movie, but I think it's definitely worth your time. Number 7 for me was Coco. I thought that was really good. And number 8 was Fate of the Furious. So now, alright, these are movies 15 through 10 of 2017 for me. Number 15, A Ghost Story. Didn't expect a lot out of it, but I watched the previews and I thought it looked interesting. I think this is one of Rooney Mara's best works. Very unusual movie, but look, hey, I'm unusual too, so I enjoyed it. Number 14 was one of Ian's, I believe, top 5, The Disaster Artist. I'm one of the few that hasn't seen The Room all the way through, or Room, whatever. I know it's The Room and Room are different movies, but really funny. Oh my God, I went with Ian Nowak and Nick Fargo, and I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't seen it all the way through, but wow, James Franco didn't even look like James Franco. Like even his face, it looked like James Wiseau, and I don't know. It blew me away. I laughed the whole time. One of those movies where you feel like you had to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes because you laugh so hard. Number 13 for me was Spider-Man: Homecoming. I've been wanting a good Spider-Man movie for the longest time, and I know some of you liked the original 3. I was not a fan, and then Tom Holland, I think, is the perfect Spider-Man. I think we finally got the right pick, and he's going to be in future movies, and I really enjoyed this. Everything about it visually, I thought it was great action. The comedy was great. I had to advise you all to see it. I know some of you were like, maybe not. You didn't know who Tom Holland was, but none of us did either, so he's great. Number 12 for me was The Big Sick. The guy's name escapes me, the main actor, but he's really funny. He's been on Saturday Night Live lately. It was just a different diversity, and I think it brought something different to the theater that many people didn't expect. And the name doesn't really give it away, but I think you should see it. I definitely recommend it. And number 11 for me was Split. Wow, James McAvoy, was it 24 different personalities he had to play? I'm sure it took him forever to study each one of them and perfect each one of them. And I don't know. I didn't think he had that in him, to be honest with you, and it definitely blew me away. So I definitely recommend that. And my next 10, now to continue my top 2017, I'm going to go with number 10, which is Edgar Wright's masterpiece, Baby Driver. He's done a great job, as we all know, and had a great history. But S.L. Elgort and the rest of the cast, Jamie Foxx and all of them, were unbelievable. And if you wanted like a fast-paced racing, different type of feel movie, this is definitely it for you. It's been, I doubt it's going to win any awards, but I think it should win something for like one of the bottom tiered awards. If it doesn't get mentioned in any of them, I will be severely disappointed. Number 9 for me, being the horror genre. This may be a little low. I thought I would put it a little higher, but I'm going to say It. Wow. Previews looked pretty good, then we all saw it, and it was packed, which is to be expected because, you know, a lot of people were fans of the old one, but Bill Skarsgård killed it. The kids were great. It wasn't really I wouldn't say it was a horror for me because, you know, I think it was more funny, but to people, like a certain one of our friends is terrified of clowns, so, you know, but, man, and I cannot wait. And I hope it's not another however many years until we get it, but the sequel, it was fantastic, and I'm really ready for January 9th to come around so I can buy it. Number 8, wow. Never did I think I would say I liked a DC movie. But Wonder Woman, holy crap. Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, and whoever else was in that movie. It was all great. The DC Universe actually got a little bit of a upscale, I think. We didn't have really a great movie after that, but I'm one of the few to admit I did not think Gal Gadot was going to be a good Wonder Woman. And boy, she shut me up quick. She's beautiful, great actress. This movie was beautifully done, and right now, and it's not even close, I think it's the best DC movie out. Number 7 for me was, oh my gosh, maybe one of the funniest of the year, and fantastic Marvel movie, Thor Ragnarok. You got from Thor to Loki to, man, Jeff Goldblum was hilarious. Gosh, there were so many people in this movie. It's hard to remember all of them, but I don't know. After Dark World, I was kind of questioning the Thor series, but this definitely brought it back up, and this may be my favorite of the 3. I definitely recommend going to see that for you Marvel fans. And number 6 for me was Dunkirk. A little bit of a longer movie, but I think if you give it a chance, most people thought it was great. And if any of you history buffs want to go see it, I definitely recommend it. It may be one of the best within the last decade. And it barely missed my top 5, but you guys will find out those. Alright, we're here. It's the last top 5 for the 2017. This is probably the hardest ones to, I guess, put in order. They're all have equally something great about them. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it with number 5, Blade Runner 2049. Sure, it's lengthy, but a lot of people, that's the reason they didn't like it, which I didn't understand, but visually a masterpiece. Ryan Gosling was fantastic. He's one of the guys, you know, has been jumping off the list for me as far as good actors go. Harrison Ford was fantastic. Didn't think I would like it better than the old one, but I actually did. I give it the edge. Actually, I like Jared Leto in this too, which, you know, the last movie he did I didn't really enjoy. But, you know, yeah, you win some, you lose some. Number 4 for me was another visually stunning movie. I fully expected this to be good because I thoroughly enjoyed the first 2. War for the Planet of the Apes. One of the best trilogies I think I've ever seen, and that's hard to believe because, you know, the old movies weren't like fantastic, but these 3 movies are great. I definitely recommend all 3 of them. Woody Harrelson, oh my God, what a 2017 he had, right? Andy Serkis, oh my, yeah, whatever he does is amazing. It's a box office gold. Steve Zahn was really good. I forgot he was in the movie, but I knew he was in it. I don't really see any way they could have made it better. It's definitely a movie about ups and downs, and the end is severely, severely emotional. So you guys better go see this, and it probably won't win any awards, unfortunately, because, you know, that's why I've kind of hated the award shows in the past. But, you know, number 3 for me. Star Wars Last Jedi. Okay, so I understand there's, you know, people that loved it, people that hated it, but I'm definitely on the people that loved it. I thought it was an absolute masterpiece. The best one since, you know, Empire Strikes Back and Last Hope. It is 3rd on my list now. It could have done without certain things. I understand that, and I understand people's gripes about it, but, you know, Ryan Johnson absolutely did an amazing job. This is Mark Hamill's by far his best movie as Luke Skywalker. I was great. I loved Kylo. General Hux was amazing. It was an emotional scene. Princess Leia that brought a tear to my eyes every time I saw her on screen, and this movie hit me in every one of the strings, the heartstrings. So I absolutely loved it. The Porgs I actually enjoyed too. So any of you Porg haters out there, shove it. But yeah, Star Wars Last Jedi is number 3 for me. It was really hard between the top 3, but I believe it's in the right spot. Number 2 for me, whew, man, I'm gonna go with Logan. Man, just when I thought Wolverine movies couldn't be getting any better, I thought this was the absolute fantastic ending. I don't think he should come back as Wolverine. I think this was the best ending possible for him. The girl that got to play X-23, I believe, she was, wow. I hope she has a future in the business. She was great. Professor X, oh my God, Patrick Stewart. After some of the things he did in 2017, this is definitely by far the best. It had everything. It had gore, cussing, comedy, emotions. I don't know. Everything ran high. If that was one of those movies that you could not leave the theater, even if you had to take a bathroom break, it was fantastic. I've watched it. I don't know how many times I've watched it, but every time I watch it, it gets better. And the only complaint I probably had was that, they could have had a better villain, but that doesn't take any credit away from the movie. And obviously it should win multiple awards, but it won't. So. And number 1, numero uno, that captivated me more than anything, gave me the best theater experience, and it's actually a movie in the beginning of the year, and I fully expected it to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good, and that's Get Out. I saw the reviews, and it had 100, and it's the only time I've ever seen this, forever, until one person took it down to 99, and I will never understand why. And it says something about a race, and I'm like, I don't understand where they're getting that from, but literally there's memes about this movie, there's a game played about this movie. This movie had the most twists and turns I've ever seen out of any movie. It had comedy, drama, everybody top to bottom was fantastic in this movie, and I truly believe Jordan Peele has a bright future. And I know he decided not to do the Michaels and the Jasons and all that, and I didn't like the fact that he wasn't going to do that at the beginning, but then I thought about it, and he's going to do his own material, which I really like. So this movie had everything, like I said, and I think it, from top to bottom, is one of the best movies within the last decade, maybe ever, in my opinion. And I think it just shocked me so much that how good it was. But I'm hoping 2018 can rival a lot of these movies, but it's going to be very tough. So guys, this has been Nicorish Chicken's Top 15. You will get the really bad movies later on, but definitely like this, subscribe to Crazy Poultry Inc., and have a happy and safe New Year.